Hey everybody! Today I wanted to talk briefly about regrets. I got a mail off this nice person and they said to me that their life is difficult in a sense because they have so many regrets and what to do about that, like what to think about that or how to manage that. And I was just thinking, there's no point in having any regrets. It's a waste of time. They don't do you any good and they don't do anybody any good. All it does is make you feel bad. And what it does is it strengthens your ego, your false sense of who you think you are. I.e., I am this person who did all of these bad things in my life. This is who I am. I am this no-hoper. I am this worthless person this mean person. I am this thoughtless person. All of these things, I am this or that. Or it could be, I am this person who had all of these bad things done to me by all of these different people. So it's who you think you are, your sense of yourself, your sense of who you think you are. So that's the purpose of it, by the way. It's the ego structure to create a false identity of who you think you are, which is disconnected from the source, from the spring of life, from the spring of creation. You don't know yourself as who you truly are in this moment. That's what all the mystics and teachers of the spiritual kind in the past and present really talk about. Self-realization, or know thyself. The real self, with a capital S. Not the idea, the false self, the idea of who you think you are. It's to know yourself as the experiencer, the watcher, the observer, the stillness. They say silence is the voice of God. If you want to know God, be silent. God is just a word, of course. God, in my opinion, for sure, is not some person in the clouds, not an entity or not a character. But you could use the word source. God is the source of life, the source of everything. God is everywhere. I'd rather not use the word God, but it's just a word to me. I don't get captured in the word. And the self is the God, is the source. My favorite word to use is probably source, because it's descriptive and practical in its usage. And also life. So self-realization for me is life realization, knowing yourself as life. And this can only be known and felt when your mind is quiet and still and silent. That's why nature is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gift that we have. Because there's no human mind activity in nature. Nature is so still, and because nature is so silent and still, or so still, it's so vibrantly alive, vivid in its expression of life. It's so gorgeous. Think of a tree or a flower, plant, and so alive yet still. Look at us humans. We're so not still, and we don't know we're alive. Because our mind is so active. We've lost touch with where we come from. But the thing is, that's why nature is such a gift, and nature is like a meditation. You go out in nature. When do you ever go for a walk on the beach, or go for a walk in the forest, or go for a walk or a cycle or a stroll up the mountain? You always come back refreshed, because there's no ego in nature and in the plants and animals like the humans. So it doesn't stimulate our own ego and our own pain body, our own accumulated past pain that's still in our energy field that we haven't let go yet. And you let go of it by letting go, not trying to force and control and resist the bad feelings inside of us and the pain and the hurt. So when you let go and stop trying to control and to manipulate and to deny and resist and run away from and distract ourselves from all of our past or present bad feelings that come up. Negative feelings, they're not bad, of course. They're great. They're a great opportunity to release them and to become freer and happier and grow into self-realization, like silence, stillness, and to grow into love that we already are, but it's just covered up by the ego, covered up by fear and separation, covered up by mentalized thoughts and images in our head, and covered up by pain and unhealed hurts that we've been busy, very busy, trying to distract ourselves from and not to face. Resistance is effort. Letting go is not effort. But because we're so used to resisting, and everyone is resisting, we think that's normal, and we think letting go and allowing and accepting is an effort. But it's not an effort, it's the other way around. Allowing, accepting, and letting go is like almost effortsome, and it feels so good. Whereas when we resist what is reality already it's reality right now. When we resist the isness of reality that's already existing, that's when we suffer. For me, the greatest spiritual teaching is acceptance, inner acceptance of what already exists in this moment. And then you can feel good, and then you can take action to change your life, or to change a situation that you don't like. So, I went off and did a bit of happy tangents there. I think this is much better. Sorry for the darkness. So silence is the voice of God. That's why a lot of people meditate. It's to quieten their mind. Quieten their mind. And when your mind quietens, you get to feel that you're alive. If your mind quietens enough, and you feel this like vibrancy, a vibrant life, that you're just life. There's no thoughts there, but somehow you're still there. See, most people think that they are the thoughts, or that they are something. But when the thoughts go away and you realize you're still alive and there's no thoughts going on in your head, it's just like, whoa, what is this? The mind might start saying that at the beginning, well, what is this? But really, if there's no mind, no thoughts, then you can feel the life that you are. That's life realization. And what happens? Awakening. In awakening, people awaken to this realization, this feeling. It's a feeling, knowing that they're alive. They feel it. So it's experiential. It's not a thought like, I am this, I am that. It's a feeling. A knowing through experiencing. What they do is, during their ordinary day when they're not meditating, thoughts and stuff can happen, okay? And then they get lost in thoughts and reactions and ideas and beliefs. Reactions, okay? But then they suddenly, in the moment, they become aware again. They step back into the moment and realize that they've been thinking loads of stuff, that they were lost in a huge gush, a huge torrent of thoughts and images and memories. Problems are happening. They feel bad. They wake up, so there they are again. They realize they woke up, and then they may realize again, if they happen to have a still enough mind to keep repeating this practice, they feel the life that they are again in the moment, and this might last for a few seconds or longer in a way. And then the big momentum of thoughts and conditioning happens again, and you become lost. So you step in and out of wakefulness into this moment over and over again, repetitive cycle. And this is the process of awakening. Or the process of life realization, stillness realization. You can call it anything you want. The words aren't important. The words are all just pointing to something. So there's no need to take the words too seriously. So regrets and resentments and bitterness from the past, they don't serve you at all. Your true you, the you that you are. You and your true you, they're not two separate things, but when you talk in language it might sound that way. I have a life, or I could lose my life. It's as if there's an I who could lose their life. But really, you and life are one. You are life. But words and language make it sound as if it's two different things. But all these things, bitterness, resentment, regret, all they do is strengthen the ego. And once you notice, then you can become more aware of this. You can see it in yourself when you happen to be thinking things and feeling bad and focusing on the past again. Your mind is getting lost in the past activity. Become aware of your ego. Watch your thoughts and emotions, because they're both related. Sometimes an emotion may happen first. It's like pain from the past. And then that stimulates and energizes your thoughts that start thinking like 90 miles an hour. And you start like feeling even worse then. Because all these thoughts about, about the past or the worrisome future, the terrible past, they of course get you to make you feel worse. So you have more negative emotions, stronger negative emotions maybe, which in turn energize your thoughts again to even darker, deeper thoughts of negativity. All this does is strengthen your ego, your falsity of who you are. Really is not important. The important thing is just to become aware. This is my most primary teaching, acceptance, what I mentioned earlier, and also awareness, which is to become a master of yourself, so to speak. Become so vividly aware of what's happening inside of you at any moment, your thoughts and emotions, what you're feeling inside, and the relation between the two of them. So if ever you have a bad feeling, a negative emotion, this is brilliant. It's a chance to become aware of it, to free yourself from any past lingering hurt that's unhealed, through the practice of seeing it, becoming aware of it, and not resisting it, not judging it, not criticizing it, not condemning it, not blaming yourself or anyone in the past, not having any of these thoughts of criticism, etc. in your head. So you just silently watch the feelings and the thoughts, feel them, and allow them to be there, and they'll simmer and bubble away, leaving you refreshed and healed. And this is just a process, one moment at a time. Whenever you happen to become aware, and whenever you happen to allow and not to have all this mental activity of judgment and criticism, blaming and inner resistance. So, okay. This is nice. I'm really happy here, enjoying myself. It's an important subject. Did you hear the birds? This is what awareness also is, being aware of not only what's inside of you, which is the most important thing, but then you become more aware of what's happening outside of you too. And what's happening outside of you is only ever happening in the present moment. So awareness has got to do with present moment awareness too. You don't become aware of the past, or you don't become aware of the future, because you never experience that. You only ever experience this moment. So expanding and growing with awareness is mastering and becoming aware of yourself. And it's never a struggle now. It's only when you resist things become a struggle or a stress or a strain. Don't stress, strain or struggle or resist. Just watch. No problem. So what you can do to shift, you can now, as well as becoming aware, vividly aware of your thoughts, make this your spiritual practice, watching what's happening inside of your head especially, and watching your inclination to try and run away from your feelings that hurt, and to instead switch to accepting them. So become the silent watcher. Don't judge anything you hear going on inside of you. But what you can do also is switch your thoughts to much more positive, grateful, gratitude thoughts, appreciation that make you feel good. Allow your feelings to become your marker of if you're on track. When things feel good, that's a sign that you're on track as such. So with regret, start getting excited and enthusiastic and happy about what's here now, okay, and about the possible future. Now you can't change the past. I think it's all perfect anyway, and you can learn from the past. But to keep looping repetitive, useless repetitions about the past, that's useless and just, it's hampering for your present moment power. So focus on the present moment and now think about the future. Get excited and happy and lively and powerful about what's going to happen. Now you can start making new choices right now. So if you want to be kind or reach out to yourself or to people who you may have hurt in the past, you can do so if you want. You can do Ho'oponopono, which is the 4 words: I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. You can feel these words in your heart towards somebody or yourself, okay? And you can wish them well, bless them as well, or yourself, wishing them the best. So so that's it, okay, folks. I think I've got to go now. Hope that's helped. So try switch your focus to the future and manifest, enjoy what feels good now, today, okay? Thanks for joining me, and I shall see you again. Lots of love, beautiful being, and thanks for being here. Talk to you again soon. Bye.